Hey, my name is Kyle. I'm the founder of Raide, and I'm excited to tell you about the TourTech Shell. The TourTech Shell is part of our TourTech system, which is, in our opinion, the most purpose-built outerwear and apparel kit for backcountry skiing and splitboarding. I made this shell because I felt like a lot of jackets on the market weren't combining all of the things I wanted to see in my personal ski touring shell. You had some shells on the market that were like over-featured, really heavy, and not packable. You'd see things like a powder skirt, which in my opinion isn't really necessary for ski touring. And then you had stuff on the other side of the spectrum that was really lightweight. A lot of these were more built for mountaineering or alpine climbing application and didn't have the fit I was looking for, as well as were just too minimalist. They didn't have things like a pass pocket, which I'll show you on ours later in this video. So I really wanted to create something that was really well balanced, packed down really small, had the material I wanted, the weight I wanted, the fit I wanted, and really the features that I thought were necessary for ski touring, and really no other fluff or frills that aren't necessary or just nice to have for ski touring. Because at the end of the day, the number one job of a ski touring shell is that it sits in your backpack for 95% of your time out there. So it needs to be lightweight and packable and just take up as little space as possible in your pack. I'll start talking about the material. One of the areas that I felt like was lacking in the market is just so many brands weren't even publishing the breathability specs on their ski touring shells. So I'm excited about bringing a little bit more transparency, at least with the material that we've developed. This is a fully custom material for Raide. It's 80 GSM. It really hits a sweet spot for weight and breathability. It's 30K, 30K, so that's the waterproofness and breathability rating. And when you're trying to make something really packable, you obviously want to make the material really, really thin and light. And usually the compromise with that is that you compromise durability. So to negate that, we developed this face fabric on this material that has high tenacity polyethylene ripstop woven into the face. This is a super durable material that will just limit how easily this can tear, which is so important on a ski touring shell where you're often like skiing against branches on exits in the backcountry. And then the membrane is super unique as well. It's a polypropylene microporous hydrophobic membrane, which is a lot of like really fancy words, but basically it's just that it's really breathable. It repels water really well. A lot of other membranes are hydrophilic, so they actually move moisture through absorbing water. The pores can swell and it can limit the breathability. It's much better at not getting contaminated, and it's fully PFC free. It's backed with a really thin jersey backer, which is just super soft and pliable so that it doesn't limit the packability of the material. All right, so now I'm just gonna walk you through all of the different features of the shell. I'm super pumped. There's like so many sneaky little things in this shell that I'm excited to walk through. So just starting at the top is the hood. It's made to fit over most helmets on the market, and it cinches down. We actually have it cinched down on the mannequin right here. The center front zipper has a little bit of venting right here, but you'll actually see a snap at the top of the venting here. This makes it so that you can actually snap the top closed while still having the venting over your mouth so that it's not like splaying open. And you can actually then unzip it more and you actually like get some chest venting while, again, not having your collar open all the way up, which I think is just like good style and lines up with our hybrid hoodie really well because our hybrid hoodie has a two-way zip. So if it's windy and I'm ski touring, so I want to be protected by the wind, but still have some breathability, I actually really like to run it like this where I unzip the hybrid hoodie, I unzip the jacket, but I still have the snap done, and then I still have the hood around my ears so that I'm getting protected by the wind, but I still have my chest breathing quite a bit. I'm gonna zip this up. You'll see two chest pockets. We built these chest pockets to like perfectly fall in between the sternum strap and the waist belt on your backpack so that you don't have to fiddle with your sternum strap to get into them. There's a lot packed into these pockets. They're pretty sweet. They have a really lightweight laser perforated woven back to them. So when you open them, they're almost like vents in and of themselves. They have both are symmetrical. They have a pass-through pocket so that you can reach into anything under. The pass-through pocket perfectly lines up with the chest pocket on our hybrid hoodie. They both have beacon pockets with beacon clips in them. Again, everything in our TourTech system has a beacon pocket so that we're giving you the tools to manage your electronic interference and decide what is the safest, most comfortable, and easiest accessible place for you to put your beacon. And then we actually have some snaps in the pocket so that if you're using this constantly as a pass-through pocket, it takes away a step of needing to fiddle with both the pocket openings, and it can always remain a pass-through pocket. That's pretty much it on the front. We have pit zips, of course, on the arms, and then there's a couple cool things on the inside. So again, like I said, one of the most important things on the shell is that it lives in your backpack most of the time, so it needs to be packable. There are two ways to pack up the TourTech Shell. I have one pre-packed. I see this as like what you're kind of doing the night before you're going ski touring. When you're packing up, you pack it down into an inside pocket. What it packs into is this interior power mesh pocket. This power mesh pocket also doubles as a great place to throw skins or your gloves. It's a little bit time consuming though to stuff your full shell into that pocket. I'm sure you guys have had another piece that like packs into its pocket. A lot of times it's just like too time consuming to bother with in the field. So we wanted to provide another quicker way to get your shell compacted that didn't take as much time. I'm gonna show that on this shell, pulling it off the hanger. On the back of the hood, we have the hood cinch. The hood cinch actually has this little plastic hook on the back. So what we're gonna do, so we're gonna flip it upside down, zip it up, flip the arms up, and we're just gonna like fold it so that you have this kind of like strip down the middle that lines up with the hood. And then I'm just gonna roll from there into the hood. So now that I have it in the hood, I'm gonna pull that hood cinch with that hook on the end around. And then we have this loop on the back of the hood for the hook to clip to. So now that hood cinch is kind of doubling as this compression around this rolled up jacket. You can see it's like pretty small. It's not quite as small as packed into its own pocket, but it's just about the same. Smaller than an Nalgene, and I'm just like really stoked at how small this shell packs down. The other kind of hidden feature that I'm really excited about is the pass pocket. And you're probably used to having a pass pocket on your sleeve that's a zipper, but we really didn't want to limit the packability of this jacket with something that you might only be using a fraction of your days, because again, this kit is built for ski touring, but like some of your days ski touring involve riding lifts. And so on the inside of this shell is this bonded in really low profile pass pocket. And it's really, really nice that it's kind of on your lower arm, because that allows you to just reach to wherever the pass scanner is on the lift that you're riding. And really pumped about that. I think it's like a great compromise for a pass pocket in a purpose-built touring shell. That's about it. I think I'm just like really generally excited that this combines a lot of little things with an amazing material that's really well suited for ski touring in a fit and a bunch of colors that I think look really great out while riding. And I'm so excited for you to try it.